Jim, I would like to tell you that we adore you. And this project that you created has been easy. Right. And you were our therapist through this whole construction site, because in the past, AZ and I were always bumping heads. When construction workers would happen, we would sleep in 2 freaking different bedrooms. He would always be hearing me nag, like, call this contractor. He left all this shit hanging around. But not this time, not you, Jim. I never called him once on you. You made it easy. And will I use it again? Hell yeah. Before this whole remodeling thing, we were suffocating in this house, and it was extremely like I can't breathe, like give me some room, and it was crowded, and it was all over the place, and there was a wall right here, so we were, you know, the separation, it was just insane. There was no communication, but yeah, it was ugly.
Well, it was almost like an afterthought for the builder for some reason. It seemed like the house and the kitchen didn't fit the house. It didn't fit the mold of the house, right? It was just like an afterthought. It's like, oh, we'll just stick it here in the corner.
Right.
And that was our biggest gripe, that was our biggest concern. We almost didn't buy this house for that same reason. I've known Jim Steak for years now, and he was actually a manager for a corporation we used to work at. So we ran into each other again, and we just connected. And I learned of what he did, how much passion he had for the business, his attention to detail. So when it came time to actually think about remodeling our home, he was one of the first people we contacted. I love the fact that he reassured us that about the cleanliness of the project and that the responsibility he would take personally in making sure the project went as planned.
I like to go a little bit more in detail with this.
All right.
Because I think it's important.
Talk.
Now, when we've come from like many homes, because we've always moved into larger homes, of course, more square footage, more room. And so we've always knocked down a wall or two or created more space. We've got a new kitchen in some of our homes. So we've always done the construction ourselves. So the mess, oh my gosh, it was a freaking nightmare. I was waking up in like full-blown sports bra underwear, and I'm like, construction guys everywhere. I'm like, well, are you serious right now? I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very cautious about stepping on the floor because I didn't know if I was going to go into my next room with a bunch of dust. So anyway, I remember Jim Steak has done this construction. He did all this. So I was just like, hey, we need to call Jim. I want this professionally done this round. I don't want anything to do with anyone. I don't even want to see a contractor's face. I don't want nothing. I just want to be able to come home and be like, wow. I don't want to see any mess in my garage. I don't want nothing to do with anything. And Jim he assured us when he sat us down, like, hey, this is what's going to happen from like the beginning to the end. Every day was a phone call, every day was a text, how's everything going? He was always in contact with us. He made sure that everything was clean at the end of the day. He even came and installed a porta potty in the side of our house. Yes. He literally gave us so much respect, our space. And when the project was done, oh my word, we were able to walk in like, what? Like it was clean, spick and span. It was an amazing job.
I love it.
You're very welcome.
I think they need to use you for every case study. This is amazing.
It's just, I speak from my heart, and I'm telling you because I've been through some construction. And our marriage during construction is not pretty because I'm always complaining to this guy.
You know, I think Jim served as the mediator, as the middleman.
He
pretty much did. Helped us continue in our marriage.
Yeah, he did. Jim saved it.
Saved it.
Jim saved it. There was many conversations that Jim came in here and just kind of he does what he does, and he's like, hey guys, how's everything going? Just the way his personality, just his attitude, everything about him. Oh, and then when there was little knick-knack problems, because every construction has a problem.
It never is free from problems.
He would always come home and he would come over and he would just like smooth things out. And we're like, oh, there's no need to get upset. Yeah. That's what I loved about him, because Carla Araujo can go to a high. And before I got there, he was like, let me control the situation.
You know, there's always options. You know, I'm in the industry, I'm in the real estate space, and there's hundreds, thousands of options of who to use, and it really comes down to reputation. And, you know, Jim Steak has a reputation, Steak Custom Home has a reputation of excellence. Now, you are going to pay for this reputation, but it's worth it. It was worth our money, it was worth our time, it was worth our investment, because it didn't stress us out, it didn't involve us. It was something that I knew was gonna be delivered at a high level. Jim Steak just lives his life that way. When it comes to his attention to detail, his attention to other aspects of his life, his family, his body, his business, he runs it all the same. So that is in alignment with what we believe in, to be able to operate at high levels in everything we do. So it was a real easy choice for me. Yes, I could have got something cheaper, but I didn't want to deal with the messes that come with cheap personnel or people that don't live at that level. And I was just very comfortable, and I just love the end result of what Jim was able to deliver.
As to the kids, when this space opened up and we came to this side of the house, I was just like, wow. It was just incredible just to see this space that we're able to just utilize more and spend more time with the kids. It didn't have to be like behind a wall or we had to move around to look at the kids' eyes, and we were all eating at the same table. And families, when we gather together, the kitchen island, that's huge. And I think that's huge in every family that have a kitchen island. That's where we communicate more. That's where we talk. The girls do their homework there. So that was awesome to me because I'm able to cook, I'm able to prep our meals, and yet help the girls with their homework. And so it was just an awesome space.
This has been the best investment I think I've made for my family. This is where we spend most of our time. We've only lived in this space now for about 3 months, and it is our favorite space in the entire house. We spend a lot of time here. The girls even sleep in this area sometimes, you know? And this is what we wanted, a place where we could really connect as a family, have our conversations, watch movies, hang out in the kitchen. And again, I mean, the cost was well worth the end result. I'm extremely happy. This is what I wanted. This is what I've always wanted. A nice gourmet kitchen, something that we can have people come over, socialized. I'm very proud of this house. I'm very proud of this kitchen and this remodel. So if you're looking for an experience and also an end result that you can be happy with, especially if you're gonna invest that money, why not go with the best?